Hey, it's Biddy Penny. Welcome to my channel and welcome to the February 2026 Sheetload of Cards. And this is the creative team put together by Call Me Crafty Owl. Go over to Call Me Crafty Owl's channel to get your free sheetload and follow the playlist to see what everyone's made this month. I am going totally vintage with basic materials. I have this printable from Ruby & Co. XO, Ruby and Pearl XO, which is on Etsy. And then I have a Tim Holtz embossing folder. I have some plain blue paper that I thought went really well. And then I have some ivory paper. And I'm going to show you guys how to make faux aged wallpaper with this embossing folder and a couple of materials. So the first thing I did was I embossed 6 sheets because this sketch makes 6 cards. I did all of those at one time, and then I got out my gesso, which this is just a basic gesso and a brayer. You can also use acrylic white paint if you do not have gesso. It will work just the same. So what I did is I squeezed out just a little bit, and I actually ended up rolling mine off on paper and just rolled some off because you don't want it too goopy. Technical term. You want it to be rolled out smooth and roll on smooth so it doesn't fill in your design. The paint is only going to hit the top embossed layer. And then I grabbed my Tim Holtz tea-dyed color ink, and now I'm adding that vintage kind of flair on top of the edges and across some of the embossing just to knock it back a little bit. And I'm going to give and share quite a few vintage techniques, how to vintage things up on your cards if you're interested in that kind of thing. See the difference there? It makes quite a big difference. I would say ink up your brush really well so that you don't have to spend a lot of time ink blending. I think ink blending can seem tedious when you're not using enough ink on your brush. And you can always add distress in any color you want. Like today I chose this really light tea dye color. A lot of people use vintage photo. I like scorched timber, any brown ink that you have. I'm naming off Tim Holtz inks, but you don't have to have Tim Holtz. You can do this with anything you have in your stash. Now, I think things look more vintage and distressed when it's not just even all the way around the edges. So I'm only hitting some sides of this. I'm not distressing the entire outside edge of these photos. I'm just going in, I'm heavily adding ink in some areas, barely adding ink in others. All right, Tim Holtz sells that vintage tape. You can buy it, it's great, or you can make your own. All you need is a cello tape. I have this Scotch tape from the holidays, and I am using a silicone baking mat that's made for the kitchen. They're just more inexpensive than the ones that are made for the craft room oftentimes. And I'm going to use the Scotch tape. I'm also going to use masking tape, and this one's from the Dollar Tree. So none of these things have to be expensive, but they can be if you want them to. Whatever you want, girlfriend, whatever you want. So I've got a couple of pieces of tape here, different kinds. And now, time for the brown alcohol markers. This is my favorite way of doing it, but if you have the bottles of alcohol ink that people do fun effects with, you could also use those. But I just find that alcohol markers, they're the exact same kind of thing. They're both alcohol ink. They work just as well. They're a lot less messy, and I like them. So this is how I use my alcohol markers. I'm doing some of these in dark brown, light brown, pink. You can do any color. You could do yellow, green, blue. You can make your tape any color you want your tape to be. But again, in this set of cards, I'm doing that vintage flair. So this is like a mini crash course into the things that I do to give something a vintage look. And these printables have like the faux tape kind of in the design of the printable. It's already there, so you wouldn't have to add it. But I encourage you to sometimes let your printables be your guide. So if you really like the printables and they're adding faux tape, layer your own faux tape on top. It adds another layer of dimension and texture and interest. Okay, you can't see much more than my hand. Hello, hand. But I was punching out these sentiments. It just says spring on my label maker, and I'm using those as the sentiments for these cards. So these cards are spring cards. I could see you making a set of these with all 4 seasons, or making, multiple sets, one for each season. But I just thought, okay, spring is coming. I know a lot of people are stuck in a lot of snow right now, but spring is coming, my friends. Let me bear the good news. So that's what I dove in today. Now, I used my decal edge trimmer for both my vellum today and my cardstock. I loved this sketch. By the way, Alicia, you knocked it out of the park. When I saw the sketch, I was like, she made this for me, but I really know you made it for everybody because these sketches are free and anybody can get them. You just use the link down below and you can go over, watch Call Me Crafty Al's video and find out how to get your free sheet load. Now I am making 5x7 cards. I'm not making 4¼ by 5½. So you can adjust these sketches to any size you want. Now, here's another thing I like to do. When I want to vintage up and distress even more, I will actually crinkle up my paper. See the difference? It makes a huge difference. And as you have your paper creased, you can ink the creases. So see, as it's crumpled up and creased, if you ink your creases, it really just kind of helps intensify them. Now, I cut down my vellum. I used my decal edge trimmer. I didn't think you guys needed to see that so much. And then I'm layering this up. Now, I kind of went more center with my design, and I'm only putting glue where I know it'll be covered by that ivory strip because you can see through vellum when you add glue. So I'm being careful enough not to add any glue where you would see it on the vellum. Okay, and then I had this twine that is years and years old, but it's beautiful. I've been hoarding it in my stash. It's from Stampin' Up, and it is a white and copper twine. Oh, gosh, I just love it. So I used that on all of my cards today, and I used washi tape on the back to hold it. And what's nice about that is I can lift it, put the other end down, and I only need one piece of tape. And it's just another way to use washi tape. I'm going to glue it all to a card base anyways. For my focal points, I did pop those up with foam. So that's what I'm doing here. And we are going to decorate the insides of the cards. Okay, so I glued these down to vanilla or ivory card bases because I wanted them to kind of match that center band on the front. And then I went extra. So this year I've definitely gone and I've been very good about decorating all the insides of my cards. Again, I kind of got off track last year and never got back on track with keeping up with this, but I do like to decorate the insides of my cards. So I have a hack here for you. This piece of paper I cut to 6½ by 5½. And on the 5½ inch side, I scored it at 3/4 of an inch. Okay, and what I'm gonna do is mimic the old style cards, is what I'll say, or fancier cards, that have the sheet inside. Well, this enables you to get 2 of those, like enough vellum for 2 cards out of 1 sheet of vellum. So I only needed 3 sheets of vellum to do this really cool technique on the inside of the card. So I have this plain white paper that is cut to 6¾ by 4¾ On the 3/4 inch side of the vellum, I'm folding that over the edge, and then I'll use a piece of tape. You can use a piece of tape if you want, just to hold it in place while you work, or you can just glue it down. But I glued that down, and I added a piece of tape, again with the vintage tape, because I just thought that that really helped bring everything together. And so then I glued this down on the card. And basically what this enables you to do is to get that kind of extra layer of vellum in there. without using a full sheet per card, doing it the way that I just did it there. Then I got another piece of ivory cardstock, and from one sheet I was able to cut 4 panels that were 5x4. So you're kind of basically kind of making like a A2 version of a card front here. So I cut these down to 4x5. And these are going to layer inside of my card inserts. With my scraps from my faux wallpaper, I cut those down to 1/2 inch by 4 3/4. And those are going to border the top and the bottom. And the 4x5 piece is going to go in the center. And I think this is really impactful, but in such a simple way. We're just using blue cardstock, ivory cardstock, vellum. And so there's not big elements of design here, but overall the design has a big impact. And I like the way it brings all the materials from the front of the card inside of the card. So I can then go in and put thank yous or sentiments like sympathy or whatever I want. Thinking of you, hello friend. These could be for any occasion in the spring. Happy birthday. And I'm just going to leave them without further sentiment so I can use them as I wish. But I hope you enjoyed all my tips today. Definitely go check out the playlist. It's linked here so you can see what everyone has made. Bye.